Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Let's try this again. I just keep getting logged out all of the time. I don't know why this is happening. Okay. Adibola, you asked me if I can share the slides as a PDF. Yeah. It's already in your email. I've already sent it as an email. I'm I'm a bit scared to even leave Teams like this because it seems to be logging me out at every opportunity. So can we see my screen? Hey, Ivy, or anybody, you can just indicate in the chat if you can see my screen as we begin. Let's just try this once more. You can still see my screen. Okay. All right. So good afternoon, everyone. I'm sorry for the late starts due to issues that were beyond my control. So this is an introduction to PowerApps. We're building an event registration app in just 1 hour. That's going to have to be 45 minutes now. Yeah, so I'm your host for today. I'm Abdullah Yunusa, and hosting with me is Ivy. She's going to be assisting with me with this event as well. So you can put any questions you have in the chats. You can tell me where you're joining from and what you hope to learn from this class as well. I want to hear from you. Just use the chats. Okay. So on today's agenda, we're doing an introduction to PowerApps. So we're going to discuss what PowerApps is. We'll learn the basic elements of PowerApps. We'll build our application. Then we'll just do a little knowledge check. That's just quiz, just 2 questions, very cheap questions. Don't worry about that on what we've already done for today. Then we'll do a bit of summary. We'll just do a summary on everything that we've learned today, and I'll provide you with resources to learn more after. If you feel like going further, I'm sure you feel like going further because it's going to be a nice one from everything that we've learned today. If you still want to learn more, then there will be a link included in the slides, which are already in your email. You can check your email address. I've sent the slides to you. Okay, so let's get started. We're already a bit behind. So what is PowerApps? PowerApps is one of 5 solutions which are jointly called the Power Platform. We can see what's the other tools in the Power Platform. We can see what they do. So Power BI is used for business analytics. Power Apps, which we are majorly focused on today, is for app development. Power Automate, which we are going to touch on a little bit, we're going to build a quick flow, is for automation. Power Virtual Agents is for building chatbots, and Power Pages is to build external facing websites. All right. So Power Apps is a low-code environment. Like I'm sure a lot of people messaged me when they saw the flyer for the events. They were like that. Now, what are you telling us? You're going to build an app for us in just 1 hour that don't lie to us now. But I was like, that no, it's not a lie because Power Apps is a low-code tool. Traditionally, because what they are thinking of is that okay, that an app is such a big deal that it's going to take so much time to build, and that would have been true through traditional means of building an app. But through Power Apps, as that's through Microsoft Power Apps, we can build applications very quickly with no stress at all. So let's just get into it. So Power Apps has many components through which we can build our solutions. We have screens, we have galleries, we have inputs. We'll see all these things once we get into the Power Apps Studio. So Power Apps Studio is the name of the web interface where we're going to build our application. So what's our business problem? We want to have an event, just like we're having this event now. So let's say any one of you in the chat, you want to have an event. So we make a form so that people can register. So because we want to know the amount of people that are coming for our events so that we can plan for them. When people get there, we want to check them in. We want to give them a food tag. And then in case anybody had not registered online before, we still want to give opportunity to register for new registrations at the venue. All right. So how are we going to do this? We'll just do a quick setting up to build our app. We'll create a developer account. I hope some people have already created their developer accounts because in the mail I indicated that we should create our developer account and I sent a tutorial. But if not, no problem. We'll quickly run through that. So we'll sign into Microsoft Office. We'll create a form. quickly. We'll create a SharePoint list and we'll build, I mentioned earlier that we're going to touch on Power Automate. So you see a little bit of Power Automate. Then in our app, how are we going to build our app? How is it going to look like? We'll have 3 screens in our app. We'll just have our landing page. Then we'll have a page for people that have registered online. That's existing registrations. Then we'll have another page, the last page. So there are 3 screens in our app. We'll have landing page. We'll have existing registration page. That's for people that have registered online. Then we'll have the 3rd page for new registrations, people that just want to register at the venue. Okay, let's get started. But before I continue, let me just please see that. Okay. So we can still hear me before I get started building the app. Please indicate in the chat. Please indicate in the chat because we've had so many issues today, so that we can start building our app and we can make sure everybody can still see me and can still hear me clearly. Okay, I've been typing. Okay. Yeah, everybody else can also indicate in the chat. Or is there an issue? Okay. Everybody else, yeah. So everybody that's in the chat, all of us, we can indicate in the chat. Tell me where you're joining from. I would like to hear from you. Yeah. So tell me as you're following along. Have you created your developer account? Yeah. So just indicate in the chat and let's get started. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So after creating our application, we'll create our application we'll go to the website now, make.powerapps.com. We'll go to our website, we'll create our application. After creating our application, yes, we can also install our application on our phones. So we'll just you just go to your App Store or your Play Store, and you just download PowerApps Mobile from the App Store. And once you download the app, you just sign in by using your developer account. That's why developer account is so important. I try to indicate that we should create one, even if we've not created one. Like I said earlier, we're going to run through doing that very quickly. And so once you get the app on your phone, you sign in by using your developer account details. You sign in with your username and password of your developer account. So you still get the slides. So even if you are a bit behind, don't worry about that. The recording will be sent to you. The slides will be sent to you. So just come along with me and see how everything is being done. There's no problem. We will build our app. Yeah. So once you sign in on your phone or on your tab, that's whichever choice of your device of choice. So we'll run our app. We're going to call our app the event registration app. So you just see it there on the PowerApps mobile. And if you don't want to install the app, you can also, I'll show us how we can run the app in the browser as well. So once we create our app, we can run it in a browser and we can install an app. So we can have it as a mobile app on our phones as well. All right. Okay. So let's head over to PowerApps. Okay. So this is PowerApps. This is PowerApps. Yeah. We've been talking about it. And we're finally here. Yes, everybody can still see me. Michael saying he's joining from Lagos, Nigeria. Okay, we're also in Lagos. I'm guessing majority of us are in Lagos. Prove me wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know in the chat. All right. So this is the application that we want to do. Just very simple. You can do all of your customization by yourself. But I've already done it before. Obviously before I come and do a demo, I must have also done it myself. So I'm just going to show you how the app is going to look like very quickly. Then we'll build it ourselves. Okay, so once we just said this is our landing page. I said our app is going to have 3 screens. So this is our landing page. This is what you see when you just open the app, create an event registration app. So okay, as people are coming into our events, we want to sign them in. Yes. So did you register online or you want to register right here, right now, sir? Okay, so registered online. Very well. You can see you clicked it, it came. So these are the people that have already registered online. So we just search for your name. Obviously, there'll be many more people than this. So we can just search for your name. Let's say you, the person that just came right now, the person's name is Bolu. So we search and we can see it has filtered it. All the other names have gone. Only Bolu's name is left. So we know that, okay, Mr. Bolu, yes, you can go in. All right. So we can just go back to our home screen. You can see our app is working. So I just want to quickly show you the demo of the app and then we'll see how we'll build it right from scratch. We'll start from the beginning. Or if it's a new registration, you can come in here. Okay, sir, what's your name? My name is Tokwe. Okay, Tokwe. And what's your email address? Okay, this is your email address. We type in the email address, we submit, and we've already saved that. You can see. You can, next person. Okay, so you can go in, next person. All right, so yeah, that's just the app that we want to build today. Okay, so you can just, if you're following along with me, as I hope you are, you can just head over to make.powerapps.com. Okay. In case you've not created your developer account, we can quickly run through that very quickly. So just search for Microsoft developer account. Yeah, okay. You can see it here, Microsoft developer account. So we can just quickly create our developer account if we've not already done that before. I won't go fully into it because we're a bit short on time already. So you just see here, we join now, and they just want us to fill in a bunch of forms and all of that, and then we would have our developer account and we'll be able to have access to PowerApps. All right, so let's, like we said, we're going to start from office.com. We're going to start from office.com. So once you've created your developer account, you sign into office.com. So okay, sign into office.com. All right, I'm still trying to see if everybody can still see me very clearly. Like we said, so we'll go back to our slides. We're doing this together. You can go to your slides. You can see it. We said we're going to create a developer account. We'll assume we've done that already. So we're going to sign into Microsoft Office and create a form, the form that we're going to give to people so that they can fill it. So we know the people that are coming. And then we're going to create a SharePoint list and we'll go to Power Automate and we'll build a flow to get all of the information from the form into this list, which is going to act as our data source. All right. So let's do that. We've signed into Microsoft Office now. So we want to create a form, right? Very simple. This is it. We just click here, and this is forms. Okay. So we're going to create our form now. Okay. So new form. All right. Let's finish loading. What do we want to call our form? Events registration. Events registration. So we'll just add a new, yeah? Someone trying to speak? Oh, I heard someone's voice now. Okay, nobody actually know. Ivy is telling us she's from the UK. No problem, no problem. I'm also in the UK. You're just seeing me in Lagos. All right, so we've created our form. You can see very easy. We just went to office.com. You can see the top left corner, the app launcher. You hit that, you come here, you see forms, you touch that, and we'll come here, we'll create our new form, and we got here. Okay, so we named our form. You can see it was blank before, untitled form. So we named our form. We said we want to call it events registration. Events registration. Yeah, okay. So add new. What type of field do you want? Do you want it to be a choice field? Do you want it to be text? So let's pick text. All right, so what is the question that you want to ask the people that are filling the form? Just start with the most obvious question first. What is your name? Okay, I will make sure that it is required so that you cannot skip it. Again, we pick text again. Say what gender. Just want to know whether we have more men or more women coming. All right. Text field again. We can say what's your email address, so we can be able to send you an email that okay, your registration was successful. See you soon. All of that kind of stuff. So yeah, we can just do that. In case you are just curious about what the choice field does, we can create a choice field. We can say what should we use? Yeah.
Sorry for
Victor?
interrupt.
Yeah,
Sorry for
okay.
interrupt. It's
Yes.
Mike. You're a bit very fast, and is there a way we can get the recording, or is there any material that will be shared for?
Yes, definitely. If you registered for this event, you get the recording in your email. So just stick around and
Okay.
follow through with me so you can see everything I'm doing. So when you're trying it later
All
on
right.
your own,
Thank.
following the recording to be easy. Yeah, no
Okay. Thank
problem.
you.
You can check your email right now as well. So it's already be there. It's already there in your email. I've already sent email with the recording as well as the slides for this event. So no problem. Okay. So we can ask our people that come for our events, what type of rice should we serve? What type of rice should we serve? Should we serve? Okay. So fried. We don't want jollof rice. That's boring. So maybe coconut rice. Yeah. Just to show you what the choice field does. So okay, when they are filling our form, they'll see is that okay, they have to pick one, whether fried or coconut. Yeah. All right. So we've created our form now. Let's go back to our what's our plan. This is our plan. Yes, we said we're going to create our developer account. We've done that. We've signed into Office. We've created our form. So now we want to make a SharePoint list. So a SharePoint list is just going to serve as our database or our data source. So we're going to everybody that is filling the form, what they are filling there, their name, we ask them for their name, we ask them for their email, we ask them for their gender. So all of this is data. So all of this data, we're going to store it in our SharePoint list. How are we going to do that? We'll first create the SharePoint list, then we're going to explore Power Automate a little bit. So we're going to get Power Automate to carry the data from the form to the SharePoint list. It's going to do that for us very easy, very quickly. Okay, so let's go back. We've created our form. So we'll go back to office.com. Office.com, like you can see it's perfectly titled office.com. This is your office. You can see so many apps that you can use here. All through once you've gotten your developer account, you have free access to all of these. So it's really amazing, and you should get your developer account so you can do all of these things. Okay, so once we create our SharePoint list, we can see SharePoint right here. You can see SharePoint right here. Okay, so we'll click on SharePoint. It's loading, it's coming up. So like I said, SharePoint is going to serve as our database. So you can first create a site. Me, I've already created a site, so I won't create another site. But okay, let me just do that. Let me just do that for the purposes of demonstration. So we'll just create a site. Let's say it's a team site. Uh, events list. Let's just call it. Let's give it something. Events list. Okay. So next. Okay, so it's creating our site. You can add members, maybe members of your team. Since we said we're creating a team list, but let's not go into that. Okay, so just click finish. So that's created our list. All right. Sorry, that's created our site. We've created the site now. So inside our site now, you can see I just came here. I clicked on new, and you can see many things that we can create. But what we're interested in is our SharePoint list. So this is our list here. So we'll create it. And I've said that our list is going to serve as our database or our data source. So we'll create a blank list. What's the name of our list? Events, registration. Yeah. Okay. All right. So create our list for us. Our SharePoint is doing that very quickly. Yeah. Okay. So automatically it just comes with this title column. We can either hide it or we can just decide to make use of it. So let's just change the name to what we need. We'll just change the name of this title column to name, since that's one of the. So here, what we're trying to do is that everything that we created on our form, the information we collected on our form, we said we asked the people that come for our event attendees, we asked them for their name, we asked for their gender, and we asked for their email addresses. So everything that we asked for, these columns, so we're going to create columns on our SharePoint list. We're going to create our name column, we'll create our gender column, we'll create our email column. So everything that they are filling in here will now go into those columns. So this is our SharePoint list. We've created our name column. You can see add column. So we'll add another column. What's the next column that we want to add now? The gender. So agenda column. Okay, let's see, take this out of the way. All right, so we've created our agenda column. Lastly, create our email column. Okay, we've created our email column. Very well. So let's go back to our plan. We're following our plan, we're doing it together. So we've created our developer accounts, check. Sign into Office, created form, check. We've made our SharePoint list, check. So now we're going to go to Power Automate and build a flow to move the data from our form into our SharePoint list, which is serving as our data source or our database. Okay. And after we do that, we'll now go into PowerApps and finally start building our application, because that's what we're here to do. Oh, this is just a little bit of setup. Okay, so going to make.powerautomate.com. Okay, let me make.powerautomate.com. So this is it. This is the site. You just hit the site and you sign in with your developer account. You can see I'm hammering on developer accounts over and over again because it's the key to all of this. So if you've never created your developer account, you can as well do that right now. There's a tutorial video that I put in your emails that you can follow through to do that. It's very easy. We showed it already while we're starting. Just search Microsoft developer account. You go in here and you follow their prompts. You just fill in a few forms. Within 5-10 minutes, you have your developer account and you'll be able to follow through with us. And never worry, even if you are not yet up to date, you're not up to speed with what we're doing right now, there's no problem. You will still get the events recording. You will still get the events recording so you can follow along. So just stick around and stick with me. Okay. So we're on Power Automate now. We're on Power Automate. Make.powerautomate.com. So I hope you are there with me. Okay. So this is how it's going to be initially. It says hello Abdullah. Maybe it has your own name there. It will have your own name there. So this is what Power Automate is all about. You create a flow to automate a repetitive business task for you. Okay. So I want to create a flow. We can do that, but instead of trying to do that, people have already created some of these things before. There are some popular things that people usually automate. So instead of trying to reinvent the wheel, we can just look for a template for what we want to do. So what do we want to do? We want to move data that is in our form. We want to move it to the SharePoint list. So let's just search for SharePoint and form. Okay, you can see it here. Record form responses in SharePoint. Like I said, people do this very often. So we don't need to do reinvent. Okay, I think somebody has unmuted themselves and seems we're hearing a little bit of noise. And somebody mutes themselves. Is this Michael?
Hello, I wanted to say something.
Okay.
Why is the essence of us going to make.com is Power Automate, not among the Power Apps? Can't we find it there?
No. Let's go back to our slides very quickly. We said Power Apps is part of the Power Platform. Yes. So there are 5 solutions like we can see on screen here. Yes. Okay. So we can see this is our Power Apps, this is our Power Automate. They are all part of the Microsoft Power Platform in general. Yes. Okay. So are you caught up with us now? Okay. All right. So we went to make.powerautomate.com. We were at home. We went to our templates and we searched for SharePoints and forms and we got here. All right. So we're going to just create our flow very quickly to move our data from our form to SharePoint, which is serving as our database. I keep hammering on that because it's so very important, because the data is all that is the most important thing in all of this. That's why we're doing everything. We want to know the people that are coming for our events. We want to know what they want. We want to know their names. We want to know their email address and all of these things, your name, your email address, all of these are data. So data is a very important tool that fuels the entire Power Platform in general. Okay. So for me, I already, okay, like let me use the form for this event. The form that you all filled for this event, it was called building an event registration app in 1 hour. Because I have many forms, that's why you see many forms here. For you that you just created your developer accounts and you're just following along with me for the first time, you should just have one form. So just click on your form. Says, so we'll click here as well. Pick the name of your form. Okay, we're done with these steps. So it is, you can see, get response details, the response of the forms, get the details. And we're going to create an item in SharePoint. So you just have our site, the sites that we created. I've created several, that's why you can see it here, but you should have just one. So just pick it. Okay. The name of our list, the list that we created as well. So you can see all of these things. Yeah. So you just pick your list and save it. Okay, sorry. Jump the gun there. All right, so we can see. So we've selected the SharePoint list that we're saving it in. This is the SharePoint list. So you know what I said, that the form responses that we got that we want to share, we want to put them into SharePoint. So these are the columns that we created to match the form responses that we want to get. We created our name field. No, this was, we just renamed the title field. It seems that's not reflected here yet, but so we can just take this title for name. So immediately you click into the field, you will see this will just come up on the screen. So you're going to assign, this is our form responses. Yeah, these are our form responses. So for our name, put it here. Our email, the emails of our attendees, we have put it here in the email column that we've created in our SharePoint list, as well as their, okay, I didn't use the correct list for this. Let me use the list that we created together just now. Okay, so events registration, that's the list that we just created together. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Okay, so like I said, we just assign our responses, our form responses. We just assign them to the columns that we've created. We just do that. We do that here. Okay. All right. So we'll do that. We save it. As it says, it's saving. It's saved. Your flow is ready to go. We recommend you test it. Okay. So we want to test it. How do we do that? Let's just go into our PowerApps. Okay. So make.powerapps.com. We're finally here. So let's do this very quickly. Click on create on the left hand side. Click on create. So we're creating a blank app, a canvas app, a blank canvas app. So select this. What was our app name? Events. You can name it whatever you want. That's the important nice thing about the Power Platform. Okay, it says I've already created an application with this name. So that's for me, but you shouldn't have that issue. So let's just call it events. So you can build an app for your phone or your tablet, but it doesn't mean that if you choose tablet or phone here, you won't be able to run it on either device. Yeah. So okay, let's go. Okay, so it's getting things ready for us. So are there any questions that maybe anybody has? You can ask your questions in the chat. So we're going along. Okay, so this is our Power App Studio. Like I said earlier, this is our Power App Studio. So you know what, I was talking about screens. We're talking about the things that Power Apps has. We said that screens. So this is a screen. You can create another screen. Yes. Okay, we've added another screen. So we have 2 screens now. We said our app is going to have 3 screens. So we'll create another screen. So 3 screens. What did we say we were going to call our screens? We said we'll have a landing page. So we'll do that. We'll rename that. So just double tap on the screen. Just double tap here and you'll be able to change it. So we said we're going to have new registration. And we've done that. And we'll change this one to existing registration. Yeah, okay. So we also said PowerApps as galleries. So this is what I was talking about. And I said it was going to make more sense once we get into our studio. This is our PowerApps studio. We're artists. We're creating our application. So we're in our studio. So we said PowerApps as galleries. That's text inputs. That's text labels. We'll see all of these things. So we'll start from our landing page. This is what we'll see when we first get into our app. So PowerApps is very customizable. You can do as you want. So okay, let's change the color. We don't like this white. It's too plain. So let's just put, you can see the array of colors here. You can put whatever you want. So we'll change our color. Let's do this quickly, a bit out of time. Okay, so this is our landing page. So we'll change the color. Text label. We'll just pick a text label to input. And with this, we can type into this. Yes. So once our viewers, once we open our app, what do we want to see? This is, okay, let's think of the name of our events. Let's think of the name of our events. Let's say you're going for, let's say you're going for, I'm trying to think of a name. You can suggest names to me in the comment section or in the chat. If you have any names you want to suggest. Somebody saying something. Let me see. Okay. Right. Okay. So let's just call it, you can call it whatever you want. So I'll just call my own, I'm bored, so I'll just call it data. Okay, let's see. Data events. Data events. Okay, so we can make it bigger. We can make it bigger. We can make our font size like 40. So to be big, so you see it very clearly. You can see you do what you see is what you get. That's what they say. That's what Power Platform is. That's how it is. You just increase the font size and you increase. You want to make it bold, do that. You want to bring it to the middle, we've done that. So this is our landing screen. This is what they see when they first open our app. So this is our landing screen. So on our landing page, we want to be able to move from our landing page to new registration page and to the existing registration pages. So how are we going to do that? You know, when you are using an app normally, you want to sign into your bank app, you put in your details, then you press that sign in button. You heard what I called it, the button. Okay, so we're going to bring in our own buttons. We're bringing our button. Okay, so we can change. You can see on the right hand side here, you can see text. So we'll just call it new registration. So this button is going to take us to our new registration page. So we can just, PowerApps is just the same thing. Okay, I made an error. Spelling. So new registration. PowerApps is the same thing as your Word or your Excel. When you want to copy on Word or Excel, you do Control C, Abby. Fine. I'll do my Control C and do my Control V to paste. And we do that and see new registration. Okay. New registration. So Control C. I want to do Control V. Okay. So Control C is to copy, Control V is to paste. What they used to teach us in secondary school then. So we can make our button a little bit bigger. We can make it bigger, do it how we want. Let's just make them the same size. We can change the color of our button. We can, like I said, PowerApps is very customizable. We can change everything. So let's change the color of our button a little bit. No, let's change it to a different color. What do we want? Okay, let's put it as red. Okay, so we've done our button. This is our landing page. Very easy, Abby. So how is this button? How is it going to take us to our new registration page? You can see as I selected it, I've not done anything. I just selected the button. You can see over here, it says on select. So these are the properties of the button. So on select. So we'll come here, we'll just clear this out. Sorry, we'll come here, we'll clear this out. And we're going to write a little bit of, I won't call it code. We'll just call it, we call it PowerFX. So that's what we use to write. I don't want to call it code. That's how we make our apps function. That's how we make our apps function in PowerApps. So what are we going to write here? We'll just write very simple English. There's nothing difficult there. Navigate. You can see that's already, before I even finish spelling it, that's brought it up. What is this? It's called IntelliSense. So we'll say we want to navigate. Where do we want to navigate to? We want to navigate to these are our new registration button, right? So we want to navigate to the new registration page. So we've done that. So once we click our button, it should navigate us to the new registration page. Okay. So for this, we'll do the same thing for the new registration page too. Where should you take us? Navigate us to the new registration page. Very simple. Okay. So we're done with our landing page. Move to our new registration page. What do we want here for new registration? We want you to be able to sign in. We want to be able to get your name, your email, and your gender. All right. So how are we going to do that? We can insert our text label. You can insert no. A text label is when we enter our application now, you see how it is. A text label is just something that is just going to be there on the screen. But if we want our users to be able to input, then we'll do what? We'll put our text input, because we want the people that are using our application, we want them to be able to type in the name, the email address, all of that. We want them to be able to type it in here. And you can see we're already getting there. This is the application that I showed us earlier that I already built before. So we're already getting there. We've done this. We've done our landing page complete. This is our existing registration page. This is our new registration page. So you can see it here. We just put, these are our text inputs. You can see text inputs. So we'll just do that. So we can do that here on our own, on our app that we're just building together now. Okay. So text inputs. Let's remove this. Okay. I know sometimes when you want to enter your email address perhaps, and you just see that it's slightly grayed out, they just have email address written there. So we can just write that here. On the right hand side, you can see hint text. So okay, let's do that. Email address. See, you spell it correctly. Email address. Okay. So you can see that it's just grayed out a little bit. And we can do that like that. Okay. So we just did Control C, Control V. So we'll get rid of this. We'll go to our hint text again. For this one, we want to have your name. Again, we do Control V again, because we already copied it. So these are the things that we want to be able to, these are the information we want to collect. So we've collected your name, we've collected your email. What's left? We want to know your gender. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So let's arrange it properly. We want to know your name first, then we'll get your email address, we'll get your gender. All right. Like I said, everything is fully customizable. We can change one thing we want to change. So okay, let's change the color. Let's change the color to match the rest of our app. I think it was blue on the other side. No, okay, that's too much. All right, okay. We can change our color a little bit. Just make it a light blue. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so we change our color. Just make the light blue. So we want to we'll just write new registration on top so we can know what this screen is for. This screen is for new registration. New registration. That's what this screen is for. Okay, so I think we're done. When you come, so let's test it out. On the top right hand side corner here, you can see when I hover over it, it says preview the app. So let's preview our app. So we can come in here, we'll type it. What's your name, sir? Fola. what's your email address, what's your gender. We'll collect that registration. For new people that are just walking into our event, so new registration, they can do their new registration here. Okay, we did not include from this new registration page. We want to be able to go back to our landing page. So what do? We insert a button that is going to navigate us there. And very easy, very easy. So this is the new registration page. You can take your time with this and make your app much finer than my own, because I'm rushing a little bit because we're already we're behind time. So we'll just call this home. We'll call this home. On your phone, when you're on a different screen or something and you see a button that's okay to go back home. So that's what we've done here. And what are we going to do? We'll just tell it that what should the button do for us? It should navigate us. It should navigate us where? To our landing page. It should navigate us back there. All right. So this is the
Is
app
it
that I built before. Yeah.
arrow? Is it possible to make it an arrow?
Yeah, of course, of course. We can, let me see. So we can insert icons. That's what you're asking about, arrow. So you can see
Okay.
arrow down, arrow right, arrow
Oh,
back. So we can
all right,
select
makes
that. We
sense.
can do that. Yeah, we can do that. Can do that. But okay, let's move a little bit faster. So you can see we're looking at the app that I've done before. We've put our home button on our own app. So now we've put our name, we put our email. Okay, so what should we do now? We want to be able to submit this data that we've collected from this person. We want to be able to submit it. So what do? We use our trusty button. So I'm just going to do Control C, and I'll come here, that Control V. So I've copied and pasted. So we're just going to change I just double tapped. So I'll change the text that you see there to submit. So this button, we want it to submit for us. So what are we going to type here? Submit. See, you've not finished typing it, has brought it out. Submit form. So what form do you want it to submit? Okay, I did not side of our screen here. We can see there are some things. There are some things here. So you just come over here. You can see data. I said data is the lifeblood of Power Platform. Is behind everything. So you can see it says there's no data in our app. And we want to be able to, this thing that we're submitting, if we submit this thing, where is it going to? We want to submit it somewhere. So where are we going to submit it to? To our SharePoint list. I told you that we're going to use our SharePoint list as our data source or our database. So search for SharePoint here. Let's see, SharePoint that's come up. All right, SharePoint. So we've added it into our list. So it says you should look for the name of your SharePoint list. So you pick the one that you want. Let me see. Okay. Okay. All right, so it's loading. Okay, and that's done. So now if we try it, somebody wants to register anew. His name is Fola. His address is fola@yahoo.com. What's his gender? Is a male. We'll press submit. And let's see. Why is our submit button not working? Very quickly. Okay, somehow cleared. So we'll just type it again. Like I said, we'll just hit submit. We'll just type in submit. Before we finish typing, it has come up. That's IntelliSense. This thing that is bringing these columns for you, that's what it's called, IntelliSense. So submit, and we'll just hit okay. And as I'm typing this thing, I don't need to finish typing it. I can just come down here and I'll just hit my tab key to do that. All right. So what do I want it to submit for me? I want it to submit. Let's look at what we've already done before. Let's look at what we've done before. What did we write here? We said you should submit form 1. Where is form 1? We've not created our form. That's why we're not able to finish up there. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. All right. Oof. Already running out of time. But we're going to finish our app. No problem. Okay. So I forgot to put in our form for us. So this is it. insert, go to edit form, put in our edit form, bring this down. Let me see. Okay. Okay. All right. What's this? I'm supposed to use this to do. Okay. So this is our form. Like I said, data is the lifeblood of everything. So in our form, where is our form? What is the data source for our form? We can use our SharePoint list. That's where when people submit things with our form, where should data go to? It should go to the SharePoint list that we've created. So yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Okay. So you can see that when we created our form, it has already come up with some things. Okay. Let me quickly remove it. Okay, so I just did the Control X to remove our form. So we didn't need to do all of this yet. So I'll just do Control X. I'll just remove all of them. Okay, so insert our edit form again. I'll move it down. Move our submit button down a little bit. Okay, this is our form. Where are we getting our data from? We're getting it from here, from our list that we've created. Where do we want to submit our data? So you can see it automatically brings all of these things for us. You can see our columns that we created, our title, our email. Now I'm using the wrong list here, but for you, you should have your gender as well. So we don't have any attachments, so we'll just press delete and it has gone. So okay, let me just remove this one as well. Okay, so we want to collect our title and email from people that are registering. We want them to give us their title, that's their name. I want them to give us their email. And this is our submit button that we were doing before. So okay, we'll just come here, we'll tell you to submit our form for us. We've brought in our form now. So immediately you start typing form. Okay. So it has shown that okay, form 2, you can see it has highlighted it that this is the form you want me to submit for you. And the little X button the little danger button that was showing here before that we were making a mistake, it has gone. So that's that. So let's go back now. Okay. So we'll change the mode to new. So we'll be able to view it here. All right. So what's your name? Sheon. What's your email? sheon@yahoo.com. So we'll click submit. Okay. Should click submit. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Hey. Submit. Click submit. You can see it has done that. It has submitted for us. All right. So we've done our new registration. Let's just change the background of this page. Let's change the background a little bit, make it a light blue. Okay, I think it looks a little bit nicer. So our existing registration, people that have already registered before, people that have registered online, we must not forget them as well. So what are we going to do? We'll insert a gallery. We'll just insert a gallery. This gallery that we've inserted now, we want it to show us all the people that have registered online. So how are we going to get the people that have registered online? We're going to get them from our database, our data source, that's SharePoint. You know, when we said when people filled our form online, we now created a SharePoint list for everything that they are filling, data that they are filling, to go in from the form into the SharePoint list, and we use Power Automate to do that. So now, once we've inserted our gallery, it's asking us to select the data source, or we're going to select our SharePoint list, of course. Select our SharePoint list. Yeah. So you can see Sheon that I just created just now. You can see it has already updated. So these are people that have registered online. So we want to be able to search for their names here. And once we will search for their names, so what do? We put in, yeah. Someone was saying something. Okay, we'll put in a text input. Put in a text input so we can be able to search for their names, and we can just put in a little icon, a search icon, search. So we can just put that here. Can make it a little bit smaller so it fits into our box. Okay, so search. Once we get rid of this text input, that is showing there, we've removed it. You can see it's not showing again. But want to hint at what this box is for. So we'll just type in search names. We'll just do that here. That okay, this is to search names. You can see it has come up. So we're going to write a little bit of formula again. We won't call it code. It's just very simple English. So we selected our gallery. What is it showing us here? It said event registration app. That's the name of our list. That's where the gallery is getting data that is displaying for us. That's where it's getting it from. So what do we want it to do? We want it to filter. So we'll start typing filter. You can see it has come up. I hit my tab button to filter. We want it to filter the event registration app. That's our list. And what should we do? We hit comma. We want it to make sure that anything that starts with, so that's just start typing starts with any name that starts with, rather whatever is inside this our search box, whatever is inside. So far it starts with the name of the person, we want it to be able to find it for us. We want it to just find it for us. Okay, so you see what I'm saying now. Let's do this very quickly. Starts with okay, so the starts with formula is asking us that what's the text that I should check? You should check the text inputs that we put in. Text input 2, you should check it for us. And what is it checking? You should check the name. That text input 2 is equals to, let's do this first. Okay, it's not working. Why is it not working? Let's quickly check our app that we've done before. So our existing registration, how did we do it before? Okay, so it said just filter our event registration app, like I said, and we'll start with, what should you start with? The text that is searching for. You should search for title. That's the name of one of our columns that we created. And this title that is searching for, you should search inside this our search box. You should search inside our search box for the title. So let's just do the same thing here. Okay, so all right, rather we'll click our gallery, go back to our gallery. So search with, starts with title, and then what is it doing? What should it search? It should search inside the text inputs. Okay. Let's see. It's not still resolved. Filter the event registration app. So it starts. Okay, we're forgetting the brackets. Let's see, it's in our brackets, and yeah, and that's resolved. Okay, so we're just about done. Let's just change the color again. Let's change the color. So we've changed the color a little bit. So we've done our app. This is the landing page. We created our landing page. We brought in a text label. We just wrote in what we wanted to write. So we just put in the name of the event here. We can bring it up a little bit. The name of my event is just data event. So this is a button. So this button is going to navigate us to the new registration page. We've done that. Okay, we didn't. Let me see. No, went wrong here. Okay. One is supposed to take us to the new registration page. One is supposed to take us to the existing registration page. So let's change this one. It should take us to the existing registration page. And we should also change the text, what is showing on it, that this button is to take us to the existing registration page. All right, yeah, so we've done that. Okay, so let's go to our new registration page. When people come, we want them to be able to, want to ask them for their name. That's This is showing title because when we created our SharePoint list, instead of creating a name field separately, we just changed the name of the title field to name, but it seems is not reflecting here. So we want to get their name, we want to get their email address, and once we've gotten that, we want to submit. Okay, you can go in, sir. Next person will get their name, get their email, we submit. Okay, so as for people that registered online, we brought in a gallery, and the gallery show their names, show their email address. You can see you show their names and their email addresses. I want to be able to search that. Okay, you said you've registered online. Okay, what's your name? Your name is Sheon. We search for your name will come up. To filter the list, that's why we wrote our little formula that should filter our list. What should you filter it by? You should filter it by anything that we brought in this function that starts with, and you can see it's very simple English. Anything that starts with title, filter it by that. That's our name. Anything that starts with anything that is any name, search inside this box. You said you should search inside text input 2. That's our search box. We can change that. So you can see what I'm saying. Search box. You can change that to search box. Okay. Yeah. You can see we'll change that to search box. So we said you should start with title. That is, you should search for title. Where should you search for the title? Inside the search box. Very simple. So let's look at our application. Okay, let's put a button here. We put buttons to be able to take us to our new registration page, take us to our existing registration page on our. That's once you enter the app, this is what you first see. Then on our new registration page, we put a button that can take us back home. So let's put a button as well on our existing registration page that can also take us back home. Or like somebody suggested, that can we make it back or front? So let's do that. Okay, say back arrow that you want to go back. You can have you usually see this in your applications that you want to go back to your previous screen, to what you were doing before. So the same thing, once we just select. I didn't do anything special. Immediately we touch it, we just come here, we change it. What do we want this thing to do for us? It should navigate us back where were we before on our new registration page. It should take us there. So immediately we touch it, this back button should take us back to our new registration page. So yeah, let's see. We've done that. We've built our application. So let's preview our app. New registration. We'll come here, new registration. The form is not showing. Like I said, we need to put it on new. Is on new. Let me see. Okay. All right. Change it again. Okay, yeah. So when we come into our app, so we're just going to do a test run. Somebody comes in. So now the day of our event is here. This is our application. We can view our application on our phone. I'll show us how we're going to be able to download this application that we've built. We can download it onto our phones, and we can just as well copy a link and be able to just be viewing this application in the browser. So we want to register people now. So people are coming up, they've lined up in front of us. Okay, sir, what did you register online? No, I did not register online. You just want to register now. Fine. Okay, we click new registration. It does that for us. What's your name, sir? My name is Aisha. What's your email? My email is aisha@gmail.com. Fine. Okay, submit that for us. It has submitted. Okay, we'll go back home. Next person. Sir, did you register online? Yes, I've registered online. Okay, so you're an existing registration. What's your name, sir? My name is Aisha. Let's use Aisha. So now we submitted Aisha's name. So Aisha's name has already gone into our data source. You can see it here. Aisha's name is already on screen. If we search Aisha, let me see. Okay, what's wrong? So anyway, if we search for Aisha, Aisha's name will come up. I can go back to find out why that wasn't working. Probably there's a little issue with the formula that we wrote. Let me see. Starts with title. Instead of title, I perhaps put name. So let me see. Because I'm rushing a little bit, so it didn't make Okay, yes. The column, that what just happened there was that I said you should search the um you should search the title column, but in this list that I created is name. That is the name of my column that is going to search for me. So it's the name of the column that we've created. That's where it should search for us. And where should it search? Where should it search our name? It should search our name inside this search box that we've created, that we'll put in. Okay. So we can see our application works. We've seen new registration. We can bring in people that just want to register. And for existing registration, people that have registered online, we can search their names. We can search for Aisha. Aisha, you can see Aisha. Search for Tokpe, we can see Tokpe here. You see Tokpe, it is bringing out only Tokpe. So that's all fine. So we're done with building our application. Yeah. So what next? What do we just do? So we save it. Make sure you save your work. Always, I wasn't showing that. That's not best practice. You should always save your work. Every 2 minutes, be saving it. Because imagine you've been building your app for a long time and and it doesn't save. You'll be very sad. It's just like when you're working on a Word document for so long, you're typing something and you're typing your projects and you just discover that your laptop died and you never saved it. You'll be so sad. So okay. So make sure you always save your app, you save your application, and then you publish. You publish. So okay, we'll just publish our app. So that's done. It won't actually show you any notification that it has published, but just give it a few seconds. We'll see that okay, yeah, it has actually published it. All right, so we can leave our app. It's saying, are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. I want to leave our app. So my app name is events, yeah. So you see it here at the top, the last app that we created. Apps. Okay, let me see. Yeah, events. These are events app. You can see last modified 48 seconds ago. So these are events app. If you want to, so yeah, we're done making our application. So let's just go back to our slides. Since we've already made our application, what else is left? We want to be able to download our app on our phone. So installing the application on your phone, search for PowerApps Mobile from the App Store, Apple Store or the Play Store. So just search for PowerApps Mobile. So once you get PowerApps Mobile, sign in to PowerApps Mobile with your developer account's details on your phone or tablet, the device of your choice. So just run I wrote events registration app here, but whatever you named your application, you see it once you've signed in. You see the name, you see that app, you see the name there. So just run it. Okay. So we're done with what we want to do. So are there any questions? Okay. Is it possible to implement Power? I'm reading a question somebody's asking in the comments. Is it possible to implement Power Automate using Google Sheets and other apps? I've tried to do some automation, but didn't quite get the flow right. Okay. This is a bit of a technical question. We have this is supposed to be a beginner session, but we know this Mr. Trusty. Mr. Trusty is not a beginner. Okay, it's just a random meeting guest, just a guest. Okay, so you see, I'm not very sure of the response to this, but you see our details on. You can get the slides for this event. You should have it in your email, so you can reach out to me on social media and we can walk through this. We can see if it is possible to get what you want to do done. All right, so we've installed our app on our phone. What's left? Okay, so I just want to ask
How do we
a few
get
questions.
your social media handle?
Yeah, no, don't worry. It's at the end of the slides. You registered for the event, so you have the slides in your email, of course. So just check your email, everybody. You can check your email. You have the slides and you get the event recording sent to you later as well. So you can go over this in case you didn't get some parts of it. Yeah. Okay. So knowledge check. I just want to see if you are following me. So what data source do you use for application? You can type in the chats. I mentioned it several times. What data source do you use for application? New messages. See, you are correct, Adeolu. We used SharePoint. Yes. We used SharePoint. Okay, so how many screens do we use in our app? How many screens do we have in our app? 3. Adeolu again. Mr. Adeolu, maybe you want to see me after for 1 or 2. Thank you very much, Adeolu. Yes, we have 3 slides. 3 screens in our application. Yes, you can see here 3 screens. We have 3 screens in our app. Somebody else responding. Yeah, Ivy is just hailing Adeolu. Yeah. So okay, summary. In summary, what have we learned today? What did we learn? What did you learn from this call? This 1 hour that you spent with us. We learned that PowerApps is a low-code environment. We can build applications through PowerApps. Any problem that so the whole idea of PowerApps is that this is a low-code environment. So you don't need to know so much of coding to be able to build solutions. That's what the Power Platform is all about. It's about building solutions to make your life easier, to make your work easier, because the applications that generally get towards organizations. Yeah. So inside our local environments, we can build solutions to be able to solve our problems. So if you're at work and usually whenever you guys want to go out into the field, maybe you work on the sales team. So every time you guys want to go out, you have to first go and meet your manager. You want to go and meet your manager that, sir, please, we need to sign on paper to be able to for you to release the car for us. You can just tell them that, don't worry, I will build the application for you. We'll do that. We'll use the application to do that instead of pen and paper. You know. So we learned what PowerApps is. That is a environment to build solutions. Then we created our developer accounts. After we created our developer accounts, we did some background setting up before we started building our app. Like we created the form to get data from our attendees. We created a list to store our data. That's our data source, as Adeolu rightly said. We built a flow with Power Automate to move the data that we collected in our form to the list. And then we went into PowerApps, make.powerapps.com, and we built our application. So if you want to go further, this is just the tip of the iceberg to just show you what is possible with the Power Platform, with the Power Apps. So this is a link to Microsoft Learn. So it's just going to teach you more. So teach you more from where I've stopped. You can go further. Okay. So thank you for being here, and congrats on becoming an app developer, because at least if you've been here with me, we've done this thing together. We've started from the beginning and we've created our application for our events registration. We've created our app. So you can connect with us. So you can connect with me, Abdullah, on LinkedIn or Twitter. This is here. The slides will be in your email as well. So you don't need to rush. You get the slides in your email. You can connect with Ivy as well on email, on Twitter. I'll be on LinkedIn and on Twitter as well. All right. So thank you very much. I hope you've been able to learn a thing or two from this session. So bye.